Oh, I got to start the countdown. What am I doing? Oh, God bless you. Hold on, guys. I'm new to this. I got to start my count.
You know it spreads faster than any virus.
Fear, baby.
Yeah, baby. Fear.
And when it comes to fear, you can either forget everything.
Run.
Everything and run, Danny.
Or you can
Face everything and rise.
I believe it, Danny.
I believe we will win.
Yeah, you gotta believe it. Why did I not ever hear this song?
Win.
What's going on with this?
I don't know.
What? Yeah. I believe that.
I believe that we will win.
Wow.
It's not how you fall; it's how you get back up.
Why have we? This should be our regular weekly anthem for this.
I know this is my song.
Yeah, jam, Danny.
This is my theme song.
Whoa, this is incredible.
Yep.
What's up? What's up, everyone? Wow, I got to go back to that, Danny. I can't. How have I never heard that song before?
I don't know because it's on my playlist and it's my theme song.
Wow, I was gonna play "Blinded by the Light," hence my bling bling. I'm going OG today, everybody, for Big Time Tommy, my boy Big Time Tommy out there, the OG for life. Anyway, I threw on the old G stuff today. It's only worth about $500,000, but it's a little something that I treated myself to. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Danny's shaking her head.
Whatever.
Danny's shaking her head. What's going on, everyone? Oh, man, it's been a minute. Oh, am I allowed to say that at 35 years old? It's been a minute, guys. What's going on, everyone? I want to welcome everybody to our broadcast. This is John Koga with my partner in crime, Danny K, coming at you from Westminster down there in Maryland. I don't even think they talk like that down there. Well,
no, they don't.
She's got a little twang in her.
Do I?
A little twang.
Do I have a twang?
Hell yeah,
Really?
you got a little twang.
Like a country twang?
Can I welcome everybody to the broadcast? Welcome everybody.
Stop telling me I got a twang, then, motherfucker.
Yes, we got.
How's that for a twang?
Welcome to a motherfucker. Welcome to our KFIT Talk podcast, guys. For those of you logging on and for the first time, man, we wish you guys luck. Put your seatbelt on. I'm telling you, we're going for a bumpy ride today. Anyway, I want to thank you guys. It's been, like I said, a minute or two since we broadcasted. A lot of shit going on. I'm coming at you live from up here in Long Island, New York.
Before you go any further, make this public so I can share it so it doesn't get content blocked or whatever.
Is that what's happening right now? Let me go.
Well, I can't share it because it's for friends only.
All right. And Danny, in Italian, we like to say aspet. You know what that means?
No, it sounds like you need to say. Need to say God bless you.
You can say it means wait. All right, let's go. Edit privacy. Let's make that publica. It's done. It's publica. If you change the order, anyone can create. Okay, change it. Good. Publica. 6 people are on. What's up, boys and girls?
There we go.
You better be logging on. You better be subscribing to our podcast, KFIT Talk, with Danny K and John Koga, or vice versa, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. Got a lot to talk about today, Danny. I'm going to tell you, you guys might see me out of my character today, boys and girls, because a lot of shit been going on, but that's all good. And it's going to tie in today's topics, all right? So as always, we want to thank you guys. We want to welcome you guys to the broadcast. But make sure you guys do. It is a podcast. You know, we started this thing. We're at season 6, episode 5. We started this thing a year and a half ago. It's climbing the charts. We're getting likes and followers and friends. I hate to say fans because who the hell are we? We're getting friends from all over the world.
Danny K and John Koga, bitches.
That's right. And we really appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. What's the hat say? One love Koga. That's what it says. So, make sure you get to wherever your podcasts are found. For those of you that don't know what a podcast is, I didn't know what one was a year and a half ago till we started this damn thing. And there's some really good ones out there. So make sure you guys click subscribe. It's free. Free is in your budget. When you're kicking back or you're just in a bad mood or you're down, you're depressed, throw on one of the episodes of KFIT Talk. I promise you, it's going to give you guys a smile. It's going to put a smile on your face. You might even curse us. But that's all good.
Especially the free talk. The free talk will put a smile on your face.
Which reminds me, I gotta guys, I know you guys asked about last week's episode. I gotta get that bad boy uploaded. It's been a crazy week or two, which I'll get into, but make sure you guys check out all the episodes, hit subscribe, share this live to your pages and to your socials, and have some fun with us. We like to say we talk fitness, food, life, and fun. Come chew the fat with us for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so, and have some fun. Drop your questions, comments, or concerns, and make sure we'll make sure we get back to you. Right? We do have an official sponsor, unofficially official sponsor, which is Sizzle International. Sizzle is a health and wellness company. Dani's holding up, of course, our Sizzle Ripped, which that's what gets her all jacked. Sizzle is a health and wellness company with a 400,000 square foot production plant in Utah. It stands for science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. It's a total science-based company. We've been recruited by many, many other companies in all the years of our existence in the health and wellness and fitness industry. And we can certainly tell you Sizzle is by far the best. We'll go toe-to-toe with anybody. You might have some good products. We have a better product. So keep using those good products. Send them on over to us if you want us to evaluate them. But unless they're science-based and they're on the cellular level and you're not trying to scam anybody with fillers and parabens and toxins, we got something for you. Anyway, we'll feature a product, I'm sure, at some point today. But I got to get over to Dani. I want to introduce you guys to my lover, so to speak. All right. She threw up in her mouth.
And then you woke up.
And then all right. Then the alarm clock went off and said, I didn't change Dani, convert Dani over. Anyway, Dani, listen, you know, I do love you. And I know we've been able to have a couple of conversations over the last week or so, but we always got to get it caught up on the podcast. And I like that in a way because we talk real. We go back and forth with shit that we didn't edit and script, but I do miss the fact that I don't talk to you every day. So I just wanted to put that out there. Dani, what's going on down there in Dani K's world with Dani K's gym and health and wellness down there in Westminster? How's life? How's everybody? How are your members? What's going on?
Everything's good. And, you know, thanks to you, you know, I haven't had any bites on that deal, but I've had a lot of people, you know, say that they like the new deal, the new membership deal kind of thing. I had a couple of people, you know, inquire about it. So just waiting for that to come back. And, you know, so depending on, you know, like I'm getting good feedback from it. So I might like boost it out on like Facebook and Instagram. You know, it's on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
But I might boost it like to try and hit, you know, a few more people with it because like it's one of the better deals. And again, I'm trying not to inflate my prices. Inflation's hitting you, but the gym is the first thing that unfortunately the first thing that people should keep, but it's the first thing that people, you know, like get rid of when they're trying to save money or whatever. And, you know, the purple and gold area, whatever, the box, the gym, whatever, with the fitness place, whatever you want to call it, they increase. Yeah.
Hold on. The judgment-free zone that made me take off my bandana. So aren't you fucking judging me?
Well, anyway. The judgment-free zone, which fit shames. So anyway, but they increased their price by $5. You know, so it's like, yeah, I know people wouldn't balk at my increase, you know, if I increase it, but I'm trying not to do that. Inflation's hitting me. Inflation's hitting me as a person. Inflation's hitting me as a business. But, you know, I'm trying not to, you know, inflate, you know, I'm trying to keep at least one area where people aren't being hit by inflation. You know what I mean? Because everybody's being nailed with it. And as long as I can, you know, keep the lower price or whatever. And, you know, of course, you know, I'm giving a value that's greater than my price.
K. You're Dani K. Are you not?
I'm Dani motherfucking K.
You're not with, for those of you that don't know Dani, all right, you need to follow her because not the free content that you give out alone on your social media, the tips, the this, the that. If you're not worth $19, $20 a month, then Dani, we can't help everybody. You know, we just can't. You can't change the world, you know? But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, so the deal, you know, talking with you last week or whatever is something that you said you ran at one of your other gyms that you worked at, owned, whatever you want to call it. And so basically, you know, if y'all were listening, it's $50 a month. So normally it's $20, but normally it's a $60 enrollment fee. But you know, so with this deal, it's a upgrade of your 50, and it's new members, old members, prior members, now members, like whatever can get in on this if they want it. So it's like $50 a month. Yes, that's more than 20, but and you said you weren't going to inflate, but I'm not. I'm giving you a half-hour training session once a month. So, and from there, you can either stay with that half-hour, training session, the $50 no enrollment fee, the $50 a month, you get the same 24/7, 365 access to the anything. But the thing is, you get half-hour session and training session. And yes, of course, if you feel like you want more training, you can actually upgrade to get more like one-on-one personal training, or keep it at the half hour. If the half hour, sometimes that's all you need. Is just that check-in, that accountability.
Yes.
Am I on the right track? Measure me, like, talk to me, like whatever. But that 30 minutes of, that one-on-one, where it's just you, it makes the difference in your fitness journey. And then of course, like I said, if you want more hours, of training, then obviously you can get more hours, you can buy a package or whatever, but at least the $50, and of course that's a value. $50 gets you the gym membership and a half-hour training session. So that alone is $70. So right now you're getting it for $50. So
that's great. I think, Danny, I think that's going to take off for you once the word gets around and one person does it. And guys, how is it not worth your health worth $50 a month where you get a once a month check-in from Danny K to not give you the bullshit version of what you want to hear, the fabricated version of how great you look? How about sitting down with a person that's upfront, honest, integrity driven, that's been running this business, not with wealthy parents that say, Danny has an endless bank account. How about somebody that puts our heart and our soul into our business? You guys, if that's not worth $50 a month just to have a conversation, forget her even training you. And I mean this, and you guys at her gym know this. So I'd love to see everybody at Danny K Gym and Wellness really try it for a month or two. Danny's not holding you guys. She's not holding you guys to a 12-month. Try it. Spend the $50. Have your evaluation. Have your consultation. Have your training with her for that 1 month. And I'm telling you, every month you're going to look forward to it. That you're going to end up wanting to say, Danny, how do we convert this to once a week, once every 2 weeks? So I want to encourage. And guys, for those that are listening to us from other countries, reach out to Danny K. She'll offer you something, one of her online services. Meet with her online. Exactly. I mean, come on. I know COVID's out the window for the most part, but meet with her online. You love hearing us talk. You want to get our service, even though you're not in her area. Danny has a very, very successful online program as well. So if you're listening to this and you're from another country or another state, reach out to Danny and get on her online. I mean, you're going to these people you don't even know that you'll never speak to Jillian Michaels on her app. Jillian Michaels is never calling you. You're never going to speak to Zenaida Greca. She's not. You'll download her app. You're never speaking into all these freaking so-called Instagram freaking fitness celebrities. You're going to speak personally with a FaceTime or on the phone with Danny K. If that's not worth the freaking price of admission, shit, you better just, I don't know, join the circus. I don't know what to tell you.
Damn, anyway. I feel like I want to sign up. Where can I? Danny, I am Danny K. Man. That's who I appreciate that. But also too, no contracts and no annual fees. I'm still trying my damnedest to keep the annual fees out. You know what I mean? Like if anything, my word is my word. My word is my bond, my integrity, and I've tried, of course, we haven't, when I put out the no annual fee thing, obviously I didn't have a pandemic I mean, I'm sorry, did I say I meant pandemic in mind, to shut my gym down.
You got to trademark that, pandemic. I like that.
I mean, so shit did happen and stuff is nailing me and I didn't get government assistance and you know what I mean? Like all this stuff where, Planet Fitness had all these other gyms, got the government assistance and I didn't, but I'm still trying my damnedest to not inflate your prices.
Yeah. And Danny, you know what? And guys, here's the deal. So what's holding you back from doing something like this? What's the fear? What is holding you back from doing this? Is it some kind of fear? Is it the fear of rejection? Is the fear of, I got to lose 50 pounds before I want to let Danny see me on? What's the fear of holding you back from taking on an endeavor like this? There should be no fear. And we get it. The next topic we're going to talk about is fear. And fear has caused many people to die because it causes stress and stress causes X, Y, and Z. Fear Fear has caused many, many people to go into a depression. Okay. Fear has caused many people to not chase their dreams. Okay.
Yep.
I'm talking on behalf of myself as well. And fear has kept us in the mud with our wheels spinning because we just can't get out of our own way. So what is holding us back? Is it fear? And we have the first topic today is going to be on fear. And I got to shout out to Judy Wheaton. Judy put a post up on fear the other day. I thought it was awesome. I'm going to let Dani really talk on behalf of fear. And then I'll give my explanation and my interpretation and my definition of fear. But what is holding you back from doing all the things you love? And one of the things that we all need to do is keep ourselves healthy, keep our immune system strong. For heaven's sake, we're coming out of this pandemic, and I still haven't heard one of these effing politicians say, go join a freaking gym. Go meet with a trainer. Go work on your respiratory, your circulatory, your muscular. Go work on your systems in your body to create some kind of herd immunity within yourself. Okay, you might have had it, you never knew. You might have not have tested. Whatever that case, what is holding you back? And the shit that pisses me off is that we'll dump hundreds of millions of billions of dollars into every other freaking other alternative to health and fitness. Excuse me, sticking a needle in your arm, taking this, dropping a pill, going and sitting on a couch for $400 an hour with a psychologist. I'm not saying don't do that, right. But I'm telling you right now, guys, you have to explore a fitness journey. You have to get on some kind of a program. And I'm telling you, if you're not using, forget me. Don't worry about y'all. You guys got to get on top of Dani's program, because Dani is living testimonial that she was able to ride out the storm, and she still is. You know, she'll tell you her stories on the fear she had of maybe closing a gym, the fear she had when she was growing up as a dancer and not wanting to be rejected, the fear of not succeeding. And it's real. The freaking struggle and the fear is real. You can't just brush it on the side. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you tie this fitness phenomenon into your life, it's going to help you overcome a lot of fear. It's a great release. It's a great vent. But don't have the fear of getting involved in a fitness journey or working with a trainer or Dani, this is your topic. I want you to light it up right now with conquering and overcoming your fears. Dani, talk to us.
So like I told you earlier, I did a live on this. So it was kind of, cool that it was kind of on the process of both of our minds in different aspects. But and we kind of gel like that. Like every time, I come up with a topic, you're like, oh my God, that goes coincide with my topic, and and we don't even talk about it. So fear for, I can't remember what a couple other people face everything and rise is like one of the things. But for me, I love false evidence appearing real. So and that's what it is. Like who was it was a president or somebody that said, was it Abraham Lincoln? Some president said the only thing to fear is fear itself, or was that JFK? The only fear, or Roosevelt, one of the damn presidents said, the only thing to fear is fear itself. And that is the God's honest truth. We sit there and if you think about anything that you ever feared, and whether you bit the bullet and went ahead and did it, or something forced you to actually have to do it, you look back on it and you're like, what the hell was I afraid of? What was I scared of? You know what I mean? And that's the whole gist of what fear is. Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's why I love that so much. Yes, face everything and rise is great. That's like an empowerment kind of thing. But in actuality, it's false evidence appearing real, because we set our mind up to fail. You know what I mean? Like we always think, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, what if she says no? What if the boss says no to my raise? What if what if they say yes? What if somebody says yes? What if it actually is a success? You know what I mean? Like you're not going to know until you try, and you're not going to know. You're not going to hear a yes. It's always a no until you actually ask. And then if it's a no, to go in a different direction. You know what I mean? So, like in my live, and I encourage everybody to go back to my live on my Facebook and listen to it. But three things I talk about: David Goggins and the cookie jar. I love the cookie jar. And I think that's going to be one of my tattoos. I want to get a cookie jar put on me, because that is so key. Like inside, David Goggins talks about inside his cookie jar, he puts all of his fears, obstacles, struggles, like everything. And so when he gets faced with a fear or a struggle or an obstacle, he pulls something out of that cookie jar and is like, look, you made it through this. This is a piece of cake. Go ahead and do this. So every time you're faced with a struggle or a fear, look back on some of the things that you thought you couldn't make it through, and you did. And there it is. Like, this can force you to and guide you to that. I always tell my clients, I tell myself, allow fear to guide you, not hide you. Fear is what should be guiding you. Because to me, if I fear something, that means that's the universe telling me that's where I need to go. Instead of like hiding from it, like, oh, I'm scared to. Now, I'm not talking about jumping off a bridge or hang gliding or anything like that, because I'm scared of heights. I'm scared to do anything like that. And fear is not guiding me to do that. Trust me on that one. But I'm talking like, asking someone out, asking for a raise, getting a different job, trying a different thing. If you got a full-time gig, but you want to try your hand at personal training, you want to do a little part-time, do it. Why aren't you trying Sizzle? Sizzle, as a business, only costs $24, right? And you can make you can build up to making thousands of money. What's holding you back? Why? It's only $24. What if it doesn't work? Well, it's only $24. What if it does work? It's thousands of dollars in your pocket, right? I mean, come on, like, look at the what if it could work, right? So, and in that live today, when I was talking about like some of my biggest fears that I've gotten over, and through, a dance audition, set up. And again, I go into like more depth on my live. So go back and check my live out today on my Facebook. But, I had a dance audition set up when I was living in LA. So set up by Janet Jackson and Renee Elizondo, her then husband. And I walked in and I knew the whole panel. It was a closed audition. I knew the whole panel, knew that Janet and Renee sent me there. And I danced like I had two left feet. I walked out of the audition and I didn't go on an audition for 9 years. Wow. Until Missy Elliott had an audition in New York. I went on it. I took one of my dancers because she was like, you're always telling us to, but you're not. I'm like, okay, you got me. I got you. Because what? I'm scared. Well, what? The worst thing that could happen to me already happened. You know what I mean? Like, Janet and Renee set me up on a dance audition and I flunked. Like, I got worse than an F. You know what I mean? So what worse could happen, right? So get back up on the horse. I went to this Missy Elliott audition. No, I didn't make it, but I danced well. I mean, I was proud of myself, one, for going. I gave it my all. I was proud of my performance. And that, at the end of the day, was what it was. I didn't expect to make the audition and get the part for the MTV show. I just needed to do this, right? So, worst already happened, right? So let's go. The other thing was when I was working at Four Seasons, and they kind of were, new management came in and he didn't like me and he was kind of pushing. He was even telling me that I needed to get some of my tattoos removed. I'm like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, wear long sleeves. I'm like, nah. So I was being a rebel and I was going against his grain. And of course, then they put me on a 1099, making me think that I was going to be making even more money, but which you can, but with what they were trying to do, they were trying to shove me out without firing me, because they needed a reason to fire me, right? With 1099, like, we don't need your services any longer.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Gotcha. So then I'm trying to get a job at other gyms, scared to go to Golds. Why am I scared to go to Golds? Well, because I feel like, at Four Seasons, I was the high man on the totem pole. Now at Golds, I'm going to be the low man. People are going to be stronger. People are going to be smarter. People are going to be better, and all these other mom and pop gyms, the smaller gyms, wouldn't hire me. And, I'm like, why? Like, good Lord, like, I'm a damn good trainer. Why ain't they hiring me? Because I was supposed to be at Golds. That was the opportunity, the open door that I was trying to keep shut because I was scared. Fear was allowing me to keep that door shut. And I was trying over here. Well, why didn't I, if I'm so good, why didn't these gyms want me? Because that's not where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So these doors were closing because this door was supposed to be open for me. And I jumped in, I did it. And I'm like, what the hell was I afraid of? Like, good Lord, you know what I mean? Like, I'm Dani. Well, at that point I was just Dani Knight. It wasn't Dani K yet.
Yeah.
you know, and then of course the biggest thing of all is losing my mom. You know, I mean, if I can live through losing my mom, I can live through anything. You
Yep.
know, and like I said, you know, like throw anything at me because you know, I mean, you see that was it Shaquille O'Neal with the negativity and that meme where he's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
popping
yeah,
those words?
yeah.
That's me, right? You know, I you can't possibly hurt me any more than the death of my mom. So whatever you want to say to me, bring it. Whatever you want to do to me, bring it.
Yeah, you know, initially, guys, things will sting. Let them sting you because you do have emotion. So, but after you digest it, you got to spit it out and send it right back where it came from,
Nope.
man. Because there's, you know, to think you're going to overcome your psyche at the spur of the moment, you're human. You have emotion. So
Yeah.
if somebody throws a comment at you or tries to inflict fear in you emotionally, physically, or whatever, it's not as easy. Okay, I'm not. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You have to overcome that
Yeah.
fear
And
through training your
and
mindset. You know,
yep, and sometimes it's faster than others, and,
right?
you know, and I remember you were actually the first person, that I text saying after 8 years of my mom being
Yep.
gone, it finally I remember the day, and I was going to my favorite sushi place, J&Y, and it was a beautiful day. I don't remember what day it was, and it was a Saturday, but I don't remember what date. But I remember texting you and saying, "John, I'm actually happy, and
I
I'm
remember
not
that.
feeling guilty
You gave
about
me
that."
chills, man. You gave me chills, man.
It took me 8 years to get to the point of, you know, losing my mom, and, you know, there's some people around that be like, you know, "Oh, you know, suck it up," you know, whatever. With those
Mm,
people, and when those people, whatever it is, whether you lost a job, whether you lost a loved one, whether you lost a pet, whether you know, you lost a fingertip, like, whatever, people that have not been in those shoes, don't let them tie your shoelaces. They don't know what you've been through, and until
right.
they've been through the same thing, for
Yeah.
them to say, "Suck it up," they
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
Anybody that's
yep.
been through it knows that take your time and grieve for that fingertip, grieve for that loss of the job, grieve for the loved one, do whatever you need to do, but by all means, get through, you know what I mean? Like, get up, wake up, and, you know, whether you and I kicked, balled, crawled, cried, screamed
Yeah.
every single day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like in that 8th year, I was just like, wow, I don't feel guilty anymore for laughing. I don't feel
Mhm.
guilty for having a great time. You know what I mean? Like it took me
And
8 years.
you know what it is, guys? And when you have that epiphany over your fears, as I'm going to call it, like Danny took 8 years, you know. But if you have a fear over anything else, maybe you have the fear of success. People like, how do you have a fear? There are many people that have a fear of
Many.
success. You know, and it's like you think, oh, I wanted this, I want the you know, the 10,000 square foot house, I want the this, the Mercedes, I want to have up a house on the water. Until you got to, you know, you got to chase that dream, you got to put work in, you start getting a little taste of maybe, money or fortune or fame. And then all of a sudden you get this fear within you, like where you become a little bit more of a recluse and you're like shutting yourself down. You know, that's real. That shit happens. Now
Yep.
it
Yep.
doesn't have to mean that you're fear of succeeding in the sense of becoming a millionaire or just succeeding in your game plan on life, on
Yeah.
going to a gym. You know, it's like we want. And then all of a sudden when we get it and it's coming our way, we want to turn our back and run away from it, you know, and
Yeah.
that's fear. You know,
Yeah.
that's a straight up fear. Danny just demonstrated and discussed a fear that is one of the hardest fears. I think Danny's was one of the hard, and it takes time. But all of a sudden she gets that epiphany and she's like, wait a minute, wait, it's okay for me to laugh. My mother would want to see me laugh. My mother wants to see me, and whatnot. And it's like we have the problem that people are going to make fun. Everybody's a fucking critic. Excuse my language, which we're going to get into in a little while. Like our fear is of people rejecting us or making fun. I'm learning every day. I'm learning how to put that shit on the side and not give a crap about
Yeah.
what people
No.
think. People that
Uh,
love you, care about you, will support you and back you up.
yep.
Trust me.
Yep.
Get rid of the Danny, right? Negative people. And what do
Yeah.
we do? Check them out. They got to go to the
Yep.
garbage. Put them out the
Yep.
freaking with the trash,
Yep.
right?
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
and you talk about like the fear of success. Back when I was a dancer, and I was, you know, pursuing my dancing career, a friend of mine and I were going on an audition for a dinner theater. And she had an amazing voice. She was an amazing dancer, and we were supposed to. It was an audition at a specific time. We were talking to the guy, and the guy said, I'll get with so and so, and then she'll tell you. Okay, fine. Well, I relied on her to tell me the correct date. Well, she told me the wrong date because she was scared. Well, what if we got the part? I'm like, well, that's what we've been training for, dumbass.
Wow.
Like, why are you, so the fear of success, then you said it is a real thing. Fear of being happy. People are so used to being like,
Miserable.
I have a couple of clients that coming out of like bad relationships, and they finally found like this perfect person, and they're like, "Ooh, I was so scared, like I was scared to be happy. Like I can deal with this, like I can deal with the toxicity, I can deal with the roller coaster, I can deal with this, I can deal with that." And yeah, it's hurtful, but what's really hurtful, what's really going to hurt me, is if I'm so extremely happy and it blindsides me and they leave me or whatever.
Right.
And but at least if it was 6 months, if it was a year, if it was 3 years, if it was 4 years, at least you knew what real happiness was, what real love, is, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, instead of thinking, you want this relation, you want this type of relationship, but you're staying here for what reason? Like, why? Like, you already know what this is. Go see what this is about. And again, if it fails in 3 years or whatever, look at the greatness of the 3 years. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's not going to kill you. I mean, succeeding, even if you fail, even if if you're a singer and you have a great first album, and then your second album flops, well, look at the greatness of the first. You wouldn't have had that if you didn't try. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you did it once, you can do it again. So like, but the fear of succeeding, it really plays a mental, and it pushes people away. Like, well, I don't know how to lose that kind of happiness. I already know how to lose this kind of miserableness, but I don't know how to lose that kind of happiness. Well, guess what? You ain't even going to find out what that kind of happiness is about if you don't even attack it.
That's right. So let's discuss briefly before we get to the next topic. So how do we overcome these fears? I have a couple of a couple of pointers I want to suggest. All right. Once again, this is not Dr. John's couch here, but how do we overcome these? And I think one is to get into a healthy body and a healthy mind. We have to be in the right mindset. Is half the topics we talk about on this podcast has to do with the mindset you're in right now. So how do we overcome fear? One is we have to look in that mirror and say, I am somebody. I'm worth. God rest Patricia Moreno. Patricia, God bless. God rest your dear soul, who started Intensati, who work out in the industry. Many of you guys know who she is, and she was very big on self affirmations, waking up every day, looking in the mirror, telling you, say you are somebody, you're worth something. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a hug. Okay, you have to start out believing and accepting who you are, okay, and making your body strong through working out, and making your mind strong through reading and learning, and surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So when you get in these little group thinks or conversations with people, it's not a toxic environment that's going to suck the life out of you and bring you down. So how do we overcome these fears? What I suggest is, one, practicing every day, giving yourself a hug, looking in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm worth something. I am somebody. I am going to do this. I am. Not I can, I won't, I won't. None of that shit. But you also have to make sure you keep yourself healthy. So you have to make sure you release these endorphins and the old dopamine in your brain that's going to allow you to create this stuff, okay? There's a euphoria that comes with succeeding. When we succeed and we overcome something, we look back and we go, wait a minute, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I've been suffering for this long because I was afraid of that. Are you shitting me? That's I could, and I got to be the first. I can't. There's one thing in my life that I haven't been able to rip the Band-Aid off of, and I'm a coward for not. Or maybe down the road I'll get into it, but not right now. But I have the fear of this one thing in my life that I'll get into at a later date. And it's like, just rip the Band-Aid off, step up to the plate and take a swing, okay? But getting back to how I feel like when I leave one of my workouts, I feel My mind is like, I feel like I can take on the world. Okay. Get fitness in your lifestyle. Get with a trainer that's going to help lift you up. Get in a relationship that's going to get out of the toxic relationship, the person that doesn't support you, that puts you down, that questions you every time you do something. Okay. You can't confront fear in you. And that might be a fear for you to get out of that relationship. It's a vicious cycle, this fear shit, because you have to create the right mindset. It doesn't happen on one podcast that you listen to, believe me, but you have to get your body and your mind right to overcome fear. I'm not talking about fear in the physical, I got to kick the shit out of somebody, but you got to get your mind right. You have to, guys. You have to. It's just going to cause problems down the road for you with high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries. You're going to be irritable. You're going to snap at people. You're going to be out of your character because of the fear that you're holding on to over something in your life. We have to overcome it and conquer it, and you can and you will. And if you need help doing it, talk to Dani and myself about how you can work, how fitness can change that, because it will. I promise you it will. One of the other things, Dani, we're gonna transition now into the next topic, is that a big part of fear is we don't want conflict. Or people, there are miserable Debbie Downers out there that want to see us fail. They want to see you. They want to see, I knew they weren't going to make it. Oh, they wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. They wanted to switch jobs. It's like they're relentless in preying on you, and shame on these people, because these people, it's going to come back to them 10 times over. And yeah, I know some people live a whole lifetime, but they're not really happy, So it's like, how do we overcome, conflict? How do we separate ourselves from all the shit in our lives that's bringing us down? And how do we just tell ourselves, I am going to go for it? All right. So when we have fear, now we're going to get into, I call them, like, especially in the day and the age of the internet, you go online, you put a post up, and it's like, you can, like Dani said, you can get 100 people that like what you're doing. Hey, I'm starting a new job. You'll get that one piece of shit that's gonna put you down and say you can't, or why did you? And instead of, Dani, you say it, instead of what, Dani? Looking at the 100, right?
Instead of looking at the 100, positive things, you sit there and focus and dwell on that one negative thing. Guess what? That one negative motherfucker don't mean a damn thing. Just brush it off and focus on the positives.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's crazy because how we can let that
because one thing.
Go ahead, Dani.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Say it again, Dani. You kind of got.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, I know you were kind of being spotty too, so I was like letting you do your thing. Like the negative Nancy, like, they're miserable, and misery loves company. So they're not unhappy that you're succeeding. They're unhappy and they're miserable, and they're being negative because they see, well, shit, if you can do it, then I can do it. So I ain't got no reason for me to be sitting on my ass, right? Yep. So they want a reason to be sitting on their ass. So they're going to make you feel bad so that you continue to sit on your ass. That's right. So that they don't have to do the work, I was like, nah.
And you know what it is? It's like in life, I feel like, the topic is everybody's a critic. And why do we pick that? Because, like, everybody has the answer and the solution. Everybody's an expert, whether it's a fitness person, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether it's an MLM guy that's saying he's making $100,000 a month, but he won't show you his checks. Everybody's an effing critic today. And we have to learn to separate ourselves from those critics that know jack shit. Dani said, until you walked in my shoes, forget a mile, 2 steps in my shoes. Don't be my critic. If I ask for your help, I'm going to take heed and digest what I think that's going to work best for my particular incident right now, what's going on in my life. But for those people that are critics out there, it's like, shame on you, because I call them keyboard, and I'm relating it to online, because most of the time these trolls, as they're called, are the ones that can completely ruin your day, your week, your month, because they made a comment that that tugged on a heartstring for you, that you just dwelled on, instead of like Dani said, the 100 of other people putting their blessings and praises on what you're about to do or want to do. We go back to the one that says you'll never do it because you didn't graduate college. Screw you, man. Save it. Everybody's an effing critic. To all those effing critics out there, you know what? Zip it. The hole under your nose, shut it. Support people, encourage people.
And one thing that you can do if you see that negative comment, if I keep dwelling on it, guess what I do? I delete it.
Delete.
And not the person, you know what I mean? Like, I just delete the comment because I don't want to have to keep seeing it, because then that's more toxic things that I have to work through. So if I don't see it anymore, then I don't see it, and I'm good.
And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I don't delete it and why you shouldn't have to either. I'm going to tell you why. Because, Danny, 9 times out of 10, I'm looking for something. 9 times out of 10, the people that love us and care come to our rescue. You get a troll on social media that wants to chastise you and critique you, and they know it's not you. Our people that love us and support us jump right in and say, who the hell you don't know, and we sit back. I leave the comment, John Koga's X, Y, and Z. The floodgate's going to open up, and I can sit back and that puts a smile on our face. Okay.
Yeah.
So leave it there. Let the troll be the troll.
Yeah. I mean, I do that sometimes, but sometimes if I feel like I'm dwelling on it too long, I delete it because I can't let it steal my happiness. Another thing is, like, I love when people tell me that I can't do something, because my mom had a saying, it's right here tattooed on me. I can't get it. Hide and watch. My mom used to say that all the time. When somebody says she couldn't do something, she'd be like, hide and watch, meaning just you sit over there and watch me do what you say I can't do. I mean, so I mean, it can, like, some days some days it puts a fight in my fire, and some days it's like it
plays on you.
It plays on me. So depending on the day, I might leave it or I might delete it. But again, you're in control. And 10% of what happens, 90% of how you respond. So if you feel like you're going to be like back to it, or like being played, then delete it. Just don't see it.
And you know what the problem is? A lot of us out there, especially people that are kind-hearted and have that one love Koga hat on, we want to change the world. We want to see everybody succeed. We want to see people prosper. You get that one person that's going to bring you down. That's it. And these people are notorious. You're not the only one. We're not the only ones that are doing this too. This is their MO. They're keyboard warriors. They're PUSSYs, okay, is what they are, for lack of a better phrase. Okay, they would never confront you. If you said to them, meet me at such and such place to talk. Let's discuss your question. Come to Danny K's gym and show me why my version of the incline chest press is the worst one on the planet. They'll never show up, Danny. They'll never show up. You understand? These people they have no lives, for one. Their lives are a freaking, they have no life. It's Facebook 24/7, Instagram, it's Twitter, it's trolling, it's passing comments and listen, I get freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of critique, though. You don't have freedom of trying to put somebody down and kick them while they're effing down. Okay, so stop being an expert on everything. Stop being a keyboard warrior, and how about trying to explain to people why you might think. Let them show less ignorance and more intelligence. How about we start with that? All right.
But those types of people are just miserable. So like, they don't know how to
support,
coexist, or critique with a little bit of support, right? So another thing too that I do is I pray for them. I mean, I honestly, God, pray for them.
Yep.
Because they're miserable. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if they're going to go through and just be a negative Nancy on everybody's posts and stuff like that, pray for them, because they need Jesus.
As much as I want to fire back. The best thing to say to people that are either narcissistic or keyboard warriors is nothing. They're waiting. They're waiting for your response. And when they see you're saying nothing, you're out shopping, you're going to the gym, you're taking a walk with your kid in the stroller. They're waiting for your comment 24/7 for you to comment. Don't say nothing. Zip it.
Don't feed into it.
Don't get sucked into the vortex of hell and shit. Okay.
Because then they also know that that now you're miserable. You know what I mean, or you're upset, and that makes them feel good.
It's easier said than done, guys. But if you practice it, man, you'll have the last laugh every freaking time. Trust me on that. You'll have the last laugh knowing that. And then they'll come back with another post. You see, he's got nothing to say. And I'll come back to it a day later. I'll see it's in my notifications. I'm like, these stupid SOBs, are they for real? Are you kidding me? Do you not have a freaking life? Is Facebook and social media trolling your life? Guess what, guys? Here's how we overcome this. We have to separate ourselves from people like this. We have to weed out the negative people. I don't care if it's a family member. I don't care if it's a relationship. You have to separate yourself from people that are relentless like that. You have to, like Shaq did, smack it down, smack it down. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you can do it. And when you do it, you'll have a smile from ear to ear. Okay.
And the more you do it,
before you do it, you'll have the last laugh. And guess what? You'll get blessed 20 times over because you didn't retaliate. I never retaliated on internet trolls. I never fed into that shit. There were times I wanted to hit that send button and I pulled back and go, this isn't you, man. This is not you. Have the last laugh. Let this troll be the troll. Let everybody else support you that loves you and believes in you. And and you'll have the last laugh. So guys, if fear is holding you back, and you're ready to take the next step, it could be anything. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be whatever makes your heart and your yourself happy. What is holding you back from being happy? If it's some kind of fear and it's some kind of criticism that you think you're going to get because everybody's a critic and everybody's an expert, you're going to feel 100% better. Even if you don't succeed in doing it, you're going to feel happy about it because you know what? You did it for you, not for everybody else, right? You know, so I don't know, Dani, should I make my big announcement or should we hold off? I mean, you got anything else on?
I think you should make it.
All right. Well, let me think about it. I guess I'll make the announcement. I know you guys
because I mean this goes along with fear and stuff, you know what I mean? Like fear and conquering and you know, not, you know, doing the what if it works, you know, what if it fails, but what if it works?
We drag our feet. Do we not want to take the move? How am I going to put food on my table? You know, all this stuff crosses your mind, guys, especially when it's on a business level and you're trying to maybe, you know, take on a new endeavor, or you're just trying to maybe switch jobs, you know, follow your passion. Your passion is fitness. Your passion is whatever it is. You want to follow it. And you think because you're 50 years old, 40 years old, that it's too late. Bullshit. It's not too late. So anyway, so I got a little announcement I want to make. I'm pretty happy about it. I held off for a couple of months on doing because I wanted to, even when the deal was signed, I wanted to hold off because, you know, me, and once again, I had that fear of it failing, even though it was signed. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to mention any names right now, but these past few days, I'll make the announcement on what I'm happy to announce right now. But I've had some people on social media. All right. Don't have to mention any names or where they live or whatever it is, but, you know, try to be a critic. Everybody's a critique and everybody's an expert. So the last few months, guys, you know, Dani and myself have been talking about, you know, we wanted to get involved with, like, you know, food prep companies. And we wanted to maybe someday possibly create our own food prep, like, you know, like Fresh Deli. You know, we were involved with a company called Good Eats, which actually ties into my story. Good Eats program up here. And, you know, you guys know, you know, Deborah Becker from Eye Candy. Dani was supporting her meals. She was making them up here in New York and sending them down to Dani. And a big part of what we do, we tell you guys, is obviously food. All right. Is meal prep. Now, I grew up, you know, outside of my college degrees, I grew up in restaurants, pizzerias. I own my own pizzerias and restaurants. Okay. And my passion was always obviously fitness and food. Hence, Code KFIT, talk, fitness, food, life, and fun. And, you know, many of you guys know and that don't know, when I met Dani a couple of years back, we knew we were going to do something together in the future. And I'm going to absolutely tie her into this on a capacity that we'll get into later on. But, you know, I always did fitness. I had the fitness side running well. You guys know, many of you know, I created Koga, fusion of kickboxing and yoga. Here it is 21 years later. And I always help support the local guy. Dani supports Sergio's, the restaurants down there, the sushi places. And she treats herself to a nice unhealthy meal. Well, it's not really unhealthy, and food is a very big part of what we do, you know, and I prefer home cooking. I get great meals right in my house. I was never had to go out to eat, although I did have Italian restaurants and worked in restaurants and pizzerias, you know, in my 20s and 30s and whatnot. And I always say, maybe someday I'll jump back into that food industry because I just love being in the kitchen. I love a couple of things that make us smile, Dani, is making people feel good about themselves on the outside, and also through their heart and their mind, but through your bellies. You know, you can make people happy by, you know, giving them a nice meal and treating them to a nice meal, or going out to dinner and breaking bread with them and whatnot, so to speak. I know I'm beating around the bush, you guys saying, just freaking make the announcement.
I know. Drum roll.
So anyway, you know, after seeing all these meal companies pop up and, you know, and being involved with some, I always missed, being in a restaurant and in the back in the restaurant business, because I think it ties in nice to what we've established thus far with our brands, with Koga and with Dani K's. So a couple of months ago, I had the opportunity here up here on Long Island to put a business proposal together for a restaurant, to open up my own restaurant and cafe. Which we are going to have obviously meal plans on, as we roll this thing out. And I got to tell you, there are many other well-established restaurants up here that also got interviewed for this particular spot. All right, keep emphasis on the spot. And I'm like, wow, do I really want to do this? I'm like, wait, I'd have to be married to this. You got to be, if you guys that work in restaurants and own restaurants know that you're there 24/7, prepping, cooking, facilitating, managing your staff. I'm like, do I really want to do that? Well, I reached out to one person and one person only. And I said to him, I say, listen, I got this spot that I'm looking at. I think he already has 2 successful restaurants in New York City and in Queens. And he had his assistant, her name is Nikki, who oversaw her. I love Nikki to death dearly, who oversaw all the operations. And I'm like, there's only one person I'd want to do this with. So he comes out, we go look at this spot, and he's like, John, if we don't do this, we're out of our mind. We're basically in a really nice community. There's over 3,000 people around us in the community that live in that area. There's also, it's kind of like a resort style, golf courses around you, pools, all sorts of shit. It's open to the public. It's not just a closed community. It's not. And he's like, John, we have to do this. So I put together a business proposal, and about 3 weeks ago, we met with the people that run it there, and they're like, listen, we picked you. We want you to have this cafe. I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm like, now here's the fear. I'm like, wait a minute. Do I want to fucking do this? Am I for real? I got to do this now? I'm like, wait, here's the fear. And I'm like, yup, you know what? I got to do it. I got to jump all in. So sure enough, guys, I wanted to just announce today that I'm the proud owner of a restaurant and cafe that's called, drum roll, Dani, The Spot.
The Spot, baby. I love it.
Where the cool kids meet to eat. All right. So
I love it.
So we're excited that we have a cafe. I'll send you guys. We did a
I love that
opening.
logo.
Isn't that cool? The logo design, guys, check it out. My logo designer that Nikki had this done. Do you see the exclamation point, Dani? Is the location symbol.
And it's the location
we gotta be
symbol.
cool.
I love it.
We gotta be cool. We gotta be cool and trendy now. I don't know anything about this shit, but she did a great job on logo design. So we got some great marketing stuff. Meet me at the spot. It hit the spot. All that good stuff.
I love it.
And I want you guys, they're all invited to come break some bread with us. All right. We'll get you guys the information. I'll be launching the Facebook page. You guys will get all the information on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right. For the most part, we'll be open 7 days a week. I'm going to be doing a formal launch where we're going to do a Koga brunch where you guys are all going to be invited to come and eat with us. And we'll be having smoothies, Dani, and we'll also be having a meal prep part we're going to bring back. And that's where we're going to tie Dani into it, where she's going to help be one of our partners in that and helping, create recipes and meals and launch this thing and ship these things out on our own. So it's exciting. There's some fear and why I tied it in, guys, to and I don't want to bash anybody. I don't want to, but like, everybody's a critic. So sure enough, right on social media in this one particular group that we're in, I'm not going to mention any names. People just came out of the freaking woodwork. Like, I'm like, dude, save it. Don't, like, for instance, we were closed on Sundays just to start because we had to prep. We had to do a lot of meal prep. And people would say, keyboard warriors, well, I've been in the restaurant business for 30 years. I've never had to close to prep. Listen, Dani, you know what this means in Italian? You know what that means? Yeah, that's what that means. All right. Yep. So save it. You're a keyboard warrior, you're a coward.
It's all jealousy.
I even made mention to the people in a post. I didn't get sucked into the vortex on this one thread. Like 150 people responded. And guess what? 99% were in my to saying we love your food. Sure. We love the atmosphere. We love your staff. This place is phenomenal. But why was I getting sucked into that one that had, and I'm telling you guys, living proof. Why did I try to let that one effing comment? And I said, wait a minute. It's not bringing me down. It's not, Dani. So we tied this in today. Go ahead, Dan. You're going to say something. Go ahead.
So, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I was telling you, why let one comment bring me down and suck us in? It'll come to you. Think about it.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Why did I let it try to ruin my day? And for a split second, I was getting sucked in. I pulled back. I said, this is everything we stand for. I got to practice what I preach. You know what?
Yeah.
People came to my, and I didn't have to come to, I didn't do anything derogatory. It was something about stupid hours that we were going to be open. And
Right.
everybody and their mother's saying, your business is going to close if you're not open on Sunday morning. I'm like, dude,
But see, and the whole thing is like what people don't understand when businesses either switch ownership, when businesses, like first open, there's a growing period. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you're gonna go, some businesses go in and out of cooks, some businesses go in and out of wait staff. Have the patience. Don't critique them on the first day. Don't critique them on the first week. Don't critique them on the first month. Wait and see, because there's all these growing pains that people have to go through. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so you close down on Sunday to food prep. Oh, we never had to close down on Sunday to food prep. Well, guess what? You weren't expecting that big of a bang, and you caught you off guard. Well, now you know what I mean? Like there's all growing pains. So guess what? Shut the fuck up.
So hold on.
STFU.
Hey, thank you. So check this out. The funny part was this. It's just, I almost pissed myself. So I went by, there's a big resort style pool, right? And a couple of the people on Sunday were waving me on by the pool because they wanted to say, hey, John, we love it. Everything's going great. This one keyboard warrior gets on and goes, well, the owner of the cafe closes on Sunday, but he has time to go sit by the pool. I'm like, are you effing kidding? And I'm like raging. I'm like, this is fucking excuse my language. This is comical. And you know what, guys? The ones that are going to critique you on any business venture, anything, maybe you want to present some kind of MLM to them or some kind of business plan, they're not the ones spending their money on you. Trust me. They're not the ones that are your customers. So don't let them suck the life out of you. Dead.
I know what I was going to say. So if somebody's coming at you like that, you're doing something right. If you got haters, you're doing something right.
Yep. I hate to say it, but 45 said, if they're not talking about you, you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
All right. Yep. 45 said, if they're not talking about you, you're doing something wrong.
Yep. Okay. And guess what? Any publicity, as all the famous people know, any publicity is good publicity. Even if it's bashing you, it's still good because people are like, oh, I wonder why they're saying that. Let's go over and look at that. Let's go over and look at that.
This thread went on, and I'm going to get back to my cafe, but this thread went on yesterday for 15 hours of people supporting. I love John. I love the staff. First of all, my partner is a genius. My chef is a genius in the kitchen, genius. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. He's the greatest guy. I have Nikki managing, overseeing the place. We have other friends and family, and we're in that community, in the area, we're creating jobs. I'm hiring kids that are getting jobs. So it's like, but you got a few people that try to suck the life. And I just said, you know what? I'm not getting sucked in. And guess what? Little by little, they're going to make the trip over to my cafe. And some of them have already to break and see, like, all right, but anyway, guys, so I'm living proof and testimony. Today's topics tied in perfectly. And I'm ending it on a note saying I lived it. I'm experiencing it firsthand right now. So instead of me being so excited that I opened up a cafe and a restaurant, and also it's a catering hall. 2 weeks ago, we catered to Judy Wheaton's son, did his son's engagement party there. We catered for 80 people. We have access to this amazing grand room where we had last year's Koga 20-year celebration in. And I'm like, wait a minute. No. You're not sucking the life out of me. You're never going to change. You're going to be miserable. You're going to keep smoking your 12 packs a day, drinking your fucking 6 packs. All right. With no health and fitness in your lifestyle. And guess what? You're going to want to bring the world. Those are not the people we're going to surround ourselves with, Danny. Ever. Done. So Spot Cafe and Grill, I'm going to send you guys some information on it. When I post it up, please like the page. We're catering. We're going to get ready for our meal prep. Danny, myself, and John are going to talk about the putting together the meal prep. We'll have our own company for you guys to eat some of our tasty meals. We'll get them shipped out to you. So that was my big announcement. And now it's been time, man. I've been in the kitchen. I'm back there, and I'll post our menu up as well. And I want you guys that are local, that are in the area on Long Island, to come down and like I said, break some bread with us and chew some fat with us. It's funny, Danny, how all of our sayings and topics are coming to fruition now with our brands. So I'm excited for me and for you. I told Danny, anything I do, she's going to eat off of, and vice versa. So
awesome. So is the Facebook page up?
No, it's going to be, I'm going to launch. It's going to be up to, it's reserved right now. It's going to be launched tomorrow. All right. So
Okay.
I'll make sure you guys, I'll put in the comments. Danny will share it to her page. All right. And yeah, I'll post some really good recipes and stuff. And it's we've been preaching to you guys the importance of nutrition and food. And now we're able to give us a couple of months to fine tune this. John already knows how to do this. This is not his first rodeo with which
Right.
you know this, Dan. He used to send meals down to you. You
Yep.
know, so I'm excited to bring that some of our food and our recipes to you guys that are listening to this all over the country. If you can't sit down at our table and have a meal with us at the Spot Cafe, and shout out to Nikki. When Nikki came up with the name, I was like, oh man, that's not I. And every time I spoke about it, I'm like, I got this little spot that I'm doing, and I'm like, this is a kind of a cool spot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right.
So Nikki, shout out to Nikki out there. You guys are you'll see who Nikki is real soon. I'll introduce the staff and everybody to you guys, but. Yeah, grateful, thankful, blessed, all the above. And, you know, I just want to, like I said, make you guys happy through your bellies, through your hearts. And when you look in the mirror, you'd say, you know what, I am someone. I have no fear. And if I do, I'm going to overcome it. Danny, I got to say, real simple in closing, one love, Koga. This was a great podcast today. We're going to get some great feedback from it. If you guys have any questions on the Spot Cafe, we're doing a soft opening right now for the month of August. You guys can still come down and eat, and then we'll do a formal. And I'm getting Danny's ass up here for that grand opening because she needs to be here for that. Probably.
Well, I wanted to come up this coming weekend, but you know what? Somebody gonna be out.
All right.
Finally, when I say, look, I'm coming up Friday, Saturday.
I know. Danny, guess what? The beauty part is I don't have to be here. You'll still get the same reception if you show up here. They're gonna love you if you come up here. Anyway,
I want to have it's Danny K. I want to have that live
you're going to have plenty of that coming at you. But listen, guys, I said enough. I'm out of breath. I got to get back in the kitchen. I got to get back to my gym. I got to do a lot of shit today. But thank you. Really, I appreciate all you guys' support. I appreciate your business. And I want to make a shout out to all the people that were on that thread. I can't believe I'm bringing up the fucking thread again. That really supported, you know, me being there and backed us up and really put your praises on it. It means a lot. Your voices don't go unheard. But you know what? We're going to have our own page tomorrow where you guys can jump on and have some fun with us and ask you questions. And we're going to bring some more food towards you guys in the next few months so we can get it shipped out to you. I'm out. One Koga love. Peace. Danny, take it away. Close it out, kid.
So just remember that when you see people that are successful, they have failed at least a couple of times. Trust me. You know, they have been knocked down a couple of times. It's not their first rodeo at failing, at succeeding, at trying something. So, you know, anybody that, and they've had fear. So every one of us that has been successful at anything has had a fear, but we have pushed through the fear. We allowed the fear to guide us, not hide us. And we pushed through and did it. And and it was something passion within ourselves. That's why it's survived. You're doing something that you want to do. You're doing something that is authentic to you. That's why it survives. That's why it's successful. Yes. Another thing is very powerful words that follow I am. So you were saying all the great affirmations. A lot of people say, I am fat, I am sad, I am miserable, I am whatever. So the words after the two words I am are very powerful as to how you're going to feel. So always, always, always follow I am with something that's positive. I am wealthy, even if you're not. You're still wealthy within health, within a house, within everything. I am wealthy. I am happy. I am fill in the blank. I am worthy. Fill in the blank positively, because whatever follows those two words are extremely powerful, and that's where you're going to travel down to or travel up to.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I need to go on the road. I need to go on the road with this motivational bullshit.
I know, man. Yeah, guys, please share this live to your page. People need to see this and hear about what we have to offer, and we really do. So, you know, share it to your page and make sure you guys spread the word for us. We love you guys. All right.
Yep. Stay in tune. Stay informed. Stay motivated.
I believe, Danny. I believe we'll win. I believe we're gonna win, Danny.
I said I believe that.
Yep, you got to believe.
I believe that we will win.
I believe it. You got to believe it to achieve it, right?
Yep.
Got to believe it to achieve it, kids.
Yep. And check out that Pitbull song. I believe that we will win.
Pitbull. Talk over it, Danis, so don't shut us down.
It's my theme. It's my theme song.
I gotta go cut some onions. I'm out. Peace.
All right.